Hey, what is up guys, this is Sankew and let's start out fresh for this year with a video on what's on my phone. This was suggested on my last video, so if you do have some video ideas, do drop them down below. I'll definitely consider doing them. So let's go. Alright, here is the top down with both my phones, which I've mentioned at least a gazillion times now, and as you can see right here, they both have a very simple setup. But before all that, I've seen a couple of you ask me about the wallpapers on my phones, and if you're interested in it, check the link in the description for a drive folder which has all the wallpapers I use. Let's start out with technically what's my main phone, the OnePlus 8. As you can see, it's pretty bare bones. I don't have a custom launcher of sorts, no custom icons or anything. It's the stock OnePlus launcher with the Google Discover feed on the left and a page full of apps or everything, basically. Anyways, on the dock, I have my 5 most important apps for me, which would be phone, messages, Notion, Chrome, which is my preferred browser, and the camera app. I use Notion since it syncs well with my devices and it helps me be organized with what's left and what's done. As you can see, I have a big list to complete, but anyways, Notion would be my task manager of choice. Okay, moving on to the first page, there's a Google at a glance widget which lets me know of the date and the weather. Then I have 5 apps on the bottom for easy reachability, which would be Settings, Gmail, my email client of choice, then the Clock app which has an endless amount of alarms to wake me up in the morning, the Play Store to download apps, and finally YouTube, which we all know what it is. You're currently on YouTube, come on. Alright, moving on to the next page, you can see a dozen of my most used apps. First up, there's a Google Calendar widget on the top and it lets me know of the events I have in a day. Moving on to the bottom, first up I have Apple Music, which is my music streaming service of choice. Virtual fist bump if you love The Weeknd's new album. Drop your favorite song from the album in the comments below. Anyways, I might be one of the odd people who use Apple Music on Android, but it gets my job done, so I'm not complaining. Next up, there's Twitter. Now I really don't use Twitter that much, but sometimes I just scroll through it when I'm bored. Next up, there's Discord, which I used to catch up with my friends. And then there's WhatsApp for chats. Then, in the end of the row, there is Instagram, which would be the most used app on my phone. I should really stop doom scrolling anyways. Next up, there's Spotify, because Apple Music sucks in recommending new music. What an amazing time for an ad, Spotify. Anyways, next up there's Uber for ride pickups, then Samsung Health which tracks my vitals from the Galaxy Watch Active 2, then there is Google Maps for the times when I get lost, and Retro Music, which would be the best designed music app for Android, not gonna lie. Anyways, now at the last row there's the File Manager app, then the Galaxy Wearable app for managing the Watch Active 2, then Lightroom which I used to edit all my photos on, Google Photos, then finally the YouTube Studio app. Now next up on the last page there isn't really much, it's just a bunch of widgets, namely the Samsung Health widget to track the number of steps, then the Google Photos widget to remind me of my old memories, and finally the Notion widget to check on what I have on my schedule. Now moving on to the iPhone, you'll find a lot of duplicate apps since I use both a lot. But anyways, I'll talk more about the widgets and the apps that I use exclusively here. First up on the top there are 2 widget stacks. The first one holds a clock, the weather widget, and finally the music widget. Again, virtual fist bump if you love Dawn FM. The next stack holds my calendar widget to show my upcoming events, then the Notion folder which has all my important events on. Now for the apps, first up the wallet app for Apple Pay, which is pretty useful, then App Store for downloading apps, the calculator for some quick maths, and then there is Snapchat, which I only use on the iPhone since it's pretty good on it. FaceTime as well for FaceTiming. Oh, I completely forgot about this, but the dock over here is also very similar to the OnePlus 8, which has the phone, messages, camera, and Safari. Moving on to the next page, there's a large widget stack with one from Google Photos, Apple Photos, and Screen Time to show how much I've been doom scrolling. Anyways, there is Find My to find stuff, then Google Drive, again link in the description for the wallpapers, then Reminders which I have some of my reminders, and then Google Keep where I store some reminders on again. Then the Mail app, as you can see there's a lot of unread messages, Authenticator for 2FA, CapCut for some small edits on the go, Chrome since Safari is generally bad, and that's about it. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. This is Sankew and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace. Let's not talk about those unopened notifications.